It's almost time to go feed the chooks, isn't it? Yes. Right. Oh, dirty, dirty, dirty dog. Wayne's Weird World. I've been meaning to do this, and I keep looking at some of these kingianums. I've got a lot of them. Over 150 pots of this size from tiny. And they're getting out of hand. And then while I was cleaning up, I thought, I've got a lot of driftwood, and I was looking around. Where did I put my measuring cup? Woohoo! That'll do. This'll do. And I thought, I haven't done a table mount in a fair while. So, now I thought, rainy day, I finished my job outside, so we'll have a go. Nice bit of driftwood. It's going to sit properly. I might have to jam a rock underneath the back of it later on to help stabilize it. But if I can get the gravel bedded down, what do you think? Now, attaching. There's all these options. Some people will use super glue. You can get various types of adhesive for floral art. I don't like these because they leave spots on the driftwood. If one of my plants dies and I have to take it off, it's going to leave a spot on the wood, on the driftwood. I don't like that. So I don't use those. Quite often, when you're putting them into a pot, you can use different kinds of clips. Well, they don't work very well under these circumstances either. Dressmaker's pins. Well, these are cool. For macrame, wigs. Yes, yes, we need a wig. And craft work. Well, I used to tell my school kids that if one of the girls had really nice long hair that matched my eyebrows, to get a haircut and sell it to me, and I'll have a wig made. They'd look at me like, what? Yeah, well, we do have to spin a story or two, don't we? Why not? Okay. Messy, messy, messy. I don't know what I'm going to have. They've been in here a while. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, 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 yes. That's what I like to see. All right, that's a possible. Oh, they're coming out the bottom. Yes, yes, yes. And have a look at this. Does anybody know what that is? It's a flower spike for my little kingianum. Now, hopefully, taking them out of the pot will not set them back. Oftentimes, you can just gently push them out. Aha! There we go. And that's got a nice bit of sphagnum moss, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that sphagnum moss because I'm going to build up a little bit more here. This one's light as a feather. What does this one say? It just says kingianum. M and E. I have no idea what that means. where it came from. I'll leave that, because I don't know. I'll leave that. And I know this one's kingianum from Tiny. So, we'll try this one. Come on. Come out, wherever you are. Yes. This bamboo meat skewer is a little bit rotten. Can use more than one season. See, this has some nice new growth here, and it's putting out plenty of roots. You can see that down there in the bottom. Hopefully I'll be able to pop it out with minimal damage. Come on. You're stuck. Well and truly bonded. They do hang on to the edge of the pot. Well, when you consider that the kingianums and speciosums are lithophytes, they have to hang on to rocks, driftwood, or not driftwood, sorry, rocks, tree branches, trunks, you name it. Oh, look at that. See, this is where the pins are going to come in. Nice healthy root system. Nice growth there. I might put that one in the let's start pinning these. I can always pack them with the sphagnum moss later. Let's get all that mess out of the way. Let's start pinning them. What color? Pink? Well, that matches these will match the actual color of the flowers. They're not actually going into the orchid. They're wedging it on different sides. So that's fairly firm right now. Okay. We'll stick to the same color. Let's work on this one on the back. Next. And sometimes by just going at an angle, try not to stab yourself. Bend the pin. So now those are crossing, holding that firmly in place. Okay. Now this is going to have something at a bit of an angle. I've already bent out of the pin. We might have to get out the heavy duty ones. They haven't even been opened. These are serious pins. I like these. So once the roots attach to the driftwood, all these pins can come out. Yeah, I do need these stronger pins. Come on. Now I just bumped the other one again. Let's try and put another pin behind it to hold it in place. Okay. Yep. Yep. Good. I like that. Pink? Well, most of the kingianum flowers are pink, so we'll go with pink. Now here, I'm going to slide that pin through the sphagnum moss. Try not to dislodge the driftwood too much. Yes, I am going to have to jam a rock in from the back. I can feel it. It's just not quite right. See if I can get that down through there. Firm, but not too secure, because I've got to take them out. Okay, now let's lift you up a little bit with that nice new growth. Concentrate. You can understand what, you can understand why a lot of people would go, excuse the pun, and use glue. Because it's quick, it's easy. But I think I'd call it cheap and nasty. Cheap and nasty, I guess. It's the same way that people use heavy wire and electrical, those plastic cable tie things, because it's quick. It's almost too easy. Well, I don't think I'm going to need any fish line, because quite often I'd be tying around here, crisscrossing back and forth, but I don't think I'm going to need that. No, it's not Coca-Cola. Well, it is, sort of. All right. Living sphagnum moss, not dead stuff. It's actually growing in here. Look at that. Here's a lovely bit. Still growing. You won't get that from the heat-treated stuff that you find most often in nurseries. Paintbrush handle, come on. Don't throw it away. Where'd it go? Oh, disappeared. Hello, Gus. There's that new growth. Do not damage the new growth. Yes. I know it's time to go feed the chooks. We'll go do that in a minute. Un momento, por favor. Orange pan. My pronunciation's probably terrible. Chotomate yo kudasai. My nose is running again. This weather. Let's see, tuck that sphagnum moss in. Yeah, I can feel it. It needs a rock from around the back. And being across, my nose, excuse me. Oh, dreadful. Being across the road from the beach, you can hear it in the background. I have a selection of rocks at my disposal. And various places where I get driftwood. Yes, the question comes up, What about the salt? Well, hang on a minute. It rains. They get hosed off as soon as I bring them up. I hose them off. Then they sit outside stacked on some old pallets. The sun, the wind, and the rain. I'm not too worried about salt retention. In fact, they probably have been washed more than what they'd ever need. Yeah, that's not stable. That needs something jammed in from the back. Just underneath in here somewhere. And there's a stone that there are lots and lots of pieces of called jasper. It's not really a precious stone. It looks like pieces of brick, but it can be cut and it can be polished off and look quite nice. Well, I'm not going to go and bother tumbling them. Now these roots I'm just going to leave. I think. I did my dash working on the greenhouse, putting in a little bit more flashing around one of the windows. I could mess with it for a long time and probably end up doing damage. So right now, I think I'm going to leave well enough alone. Let it settle in. I can always come along and poke these little bits in more later. One more pin. I'm going to try and anchor this one a little bit better. Oops. That's better. Not happy with this one either. Not happy, Larry? Okay. And then I'll give it a good flush spray. Get these things out of the way. I didn't need the tape. Woohoo! I think this will be just fine. Now, if all goes well, these little flower spikes will blossom. Yeah, look at that. It doesn't take long to figure out where I'm going to have to do some more work, jam it in. Sometimes I put moss around the bottom, but I don't think I'm going to on this one. And I'm not even worried about the water that sits in the gravel. Helps with the humidity level. The plant, the orchid's not sitting in the water. It can put the roots down into it if it wants to, if it needs to. And if it doesn't want to, it won't. Yep, I think that's it. Dendrobium kingianum Table Mount. Little babies, little keikis from tiny. Yep. I think I'll leave it. I think I'm happy with that. Righty-ho. That's it. Wayne's Weird World. We'll see you next time.